Hi everybody, it's Carol. Thank you for watching. It is Thursday, December 29th, 2016. I had gastric bypass RNY at Celebration Hospital in Celebration, Florida with Dr. Keith Kim. My high weight, and that was back in August of 2015, was 331 pounds. My surgery weight, which was March 29th, 2016, that was 295 and a half pounds. My current weight is 176 and a half pounds. That means I had a loss of 119 pounds since my surgery weight and a loss of 154 and a half pounds since my all-time high weight. It is my 9-month surge anniversary, however they say it. It's been 9 months since my surgery, and it's also my 57th birthday. And if you asked me 20 years ago how I would be feeling on my 57th birthday, I never would have guessed this. I never would have guessed I would be in Florida. I never would have guessed I'm 176 and a half pounds. And I never would have thought I would have been able to feel so invincible, I guess you can say. That's the only word I can come up with. I'm unstoppable. There's really not too much I couldn't do now because of the weight loss. Anyhow, I wanted to talk about a few things. One, the weight loss has slowed down quite a bit, but again, at 9 months, I'm finally starting to be able to eat again. It took a while. I'm still not perfect, but I can tell I have definitely been eating a lot more than previously, so I expected it to slow down. I think I only lost 9.5 pounds this past month, so I'm also going to try to post my chart that I have down below. I weigh myself twice a week. So you're going to notice, you'll see it. I only really consider the loss and the plus and losses on the Tuesdays. I can't do it just once a week though. I still have to do it twice a week. So I do it on Tuesdays and Fridays. When I started this journey, I really thought, oh, I'm just not going to be able to eat as much and, not a big deal. Well, come to find out, I learned quite a few things. One is I didn't realize how center food is in everything. Anything that happens, it's food that you're gathering around. On parties, on funerals, on birthdays, on Christmas, Thanksgiving, Easter, any kind of get together, it has to do with food. So it took a while for me to be comfortable. My family was great. They never made me feel uncomfortable about not eating. I had to get over, how I felt. And then once I did that, I was okay. The first time I actually went out to a restaurant, it was 3 months after my surgery. We went to BJ's restaurant. It was my brother-in-law's birthday, and I really wanted to go. So I'm like, I'm going. That's it, I'm going. And I still don't eat off of it. Actually, I think I've only been out a couple more times since then, but I always look for soup. That's what I end up getting because I do not want to be at a restaurant and get sick. So until I am totally back to normal, I will be ordering soup or mashed potatoes, because mashed potatoes with a lot of gravy goes down fine. Actually, I eat the ready-made mashed potatoes because it's just me here. So I'm not cooking for, just me. So everything I pretty much just get ready-made. So I get those ready-made mashed potatoes. I take a couple of spoonfuls, and believe it or not, I pour queso cheese sauce that you use for dipping. That's what I pour over it, heat them up. Goes down perfect. Smooth. Wonderful. But, so the last time I went out, it's soup. So if I can get tomato soup, I love tomato soup, I'll go to any event. But it's kind of sad, when so much food is being made, and it was kind of heartbreaking. That is, yes, I did miss that. I had a hard time that I no longer could gorge myself with tons of food. Um, I sort of had to get it in my mindset that food was just sustenance. It was just to keep me going. There really isn't a whole heck of a lot of enjoyment for food for me anymore. I don't know if that'll change or not, but I've accepted it. I have no problems. I definitely would not change my decision because, I was on the fast road to probably dying a very early age. At 331 pounds, the next year I'm sure would have gone up another 15 or 20 pounds. So I give credit, somebody had gone and had the surgery also, and I probably never would have had that surgery except this person did it. And I have a lot of respect for this person. So I said, if this person can do it, I can do it. I have nothing to fear, except obviously regular surgery. Everybody's nervous about it. But I owe that person a lot, and I hope that person realizes it. I will tell that person constantly how grateful I am because I have my life back, and I'm overjoyed. Also, I had a non-scale thing happen. I may have mentioned this once, but I didn't get it. I knew obviously I was heavy. I don't think you really realize, or you block how heavy you really are. I had bought last year at this time, I bought a Hyundai Veloster, and I was a little nervous getting it because I was still quite big then, and but I said, well, I'm going to do it because I went to look at the Veloster, and I was very surprised at how large the inside was. There was quite a bit of room on the inside. So I bought it. Well, when I was getting in and out of it, I kept hitting my head on the top, and I'm like, oh, this is going to suck. So I'd have to bend my head in to get in. And I also bought an extender for the seat belt. I recommend those. If anybody's big and they have a pain in the butt time trying to get that stupid seatbelt to click, just go out, buy the stupid extender. It makes your life so much easier. It's still plugged in because it still makes it easier to put on the seatbelt. So I happened to be reading the owner's manual because there were buttons on there. I had no clue what I was supposed to do with them. And it said you could raise and lower the front seat. And I'm like, oh, there's a lever. So I went and lowered it, and I'm like, great. So I lowered it all the way down. I'm like, this is perfect. I don't hit my head anymore. I can see perfect. My car is great. Well, about a month or so ago, I realized, oh my God, I can barely see over the steering wheel. Like, what the heck? So without even thinking, I raised the seat back up. And then a few days ago, I realized, again, I can't, I look like the, 90-year-old lady trying to look over. I'm going to need pillows or something. I pushed the seat up again, and then I realized, oh my God, 154 pounds loss. I must have had probably 3 inches of butt fat that came off of, my butt, which is why I kept going down lower and why I had to put the seat up higher. So I was kind of really overjoyed about that non-scale victory. And to go right into the butt thing, now it's like Princess in the Pea. I feel really bad for super skinny people because I am not super skinny, and I can feel my tailbone. I can feel every spring and everything else on cheap seats and stuff like that. So I guess it's a downfall, but it's a con that I will definitely accept. If I'm going anywhere that's going to require a lot of sitting on a hard board, I'll bring a pillow. And now I know why people bring cushions. But I'm sitting here in my PJs because, like I said, it's my birthday. And my poor sister ended up in the hospital on Christmas. She broke her arm. And yesterday, actually the day before, what is today? I can't remember. On Monday, anyhow, she ended up with surgery. I think it was Monday, or was it Tuesday? Monday. and ended up with surgery, and she had to get a pin in her arm. So she's like bed rest for a while. And my other sister was like, you know, want to get together? And I said no. I said, let's get together on the weekend. So my birthday, I'm getting into my PJs. I'm in my bedroom. There's my cat. He thinks he's going to spend the night with me. It isn't going to happen. Don't give me a hard time over it. My cat is not allowed to sleep with me because every time I turn over, I happen to move around a lot. He starts crying and comes up to the head of the bed, and it's annoying. So he knows he's going to have to leave. He's taking advantage of it, huh, Milo? But, anywho, what else? So tomorrow, I work for Disney. I think I told everybody that. I'm backstage. I am a purchaser receiver, and I'm kind of looking forward to. It's called Cross You, and people that are backstage during the busy time are asked if they have time to come out and donate some of their time to help the parks. So tomorrow I get to go over to Epcot. We're in our normal clothes. So if you see people in their normal clothes with a name tag on, those are Cross You people. But they probably don't know what they're doing, but they're trying to help. So that's going to be me. Have no clue what I'm doing. All I know is I signed up for Epcot. So that'll be different. And then on Saturday, it's not that I don't celebrate New Year's. I don't go out and get drunk anymore. Those days are done. I prefer my sleep. Although usually around midnight, you end up getting woken up anyhow because like 84,000 fireworks go off. I'm sure they do the same wherever you're at. But from 3:30 to 8:30, I picked up a position over at Hollywood Studios. It's called Hat and Horns. And literally, I guess I will be handing out hats and horns. So I kind of look forward to it. I've never done that before, and somebody else that did it said it's really fun. Said some guests get a little annoyed because apparently it is very packed in the park, so be warned. But that's what I'm going to be doing. And then Sunday I'll probably get together with my sisters and celebrate belatedly my 57th birthday. Oh my gosh, how 1 year has changed. This is like, I couldn't have imagined a better year. And even if God himself spoke down to me and said, Carol Jean, you are not going to lose another ounce. You will forever be at 176 and a half. I'm fine with that. I'm like so freaking happy right now. It's crazy. If I lose weight, excellent. If I don't, so be it. But I will keep trying to make these videos, and hopefully I will be going down. Otherwise, I'm not sure what the heck I'd be talking about. Anyhow, if you are on this journey, I wish you well. Please let me know how it's going, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask. Bye-bye now.